Photography, just like art, is a medium where we're constantly putting ourselves out there, opening ourselves up to possible public failure and showing a kind of vulnerability as we put ourselves into the art we produce. Then of course, once it's out in the public void for the world to see, we open ourselves up to possible criticism and ridicule, lest we hope for positive feedback and validation that what we are producing has merit. But more often than not, there is one thing that holds us back from just getting out there and shooting, from doing the things that we want to do. Well, something that holds me back anyway, and that is fear. Fear and anxiety, the two biggest killers of creativity. Fear can be paralysing, and it has been the cause of me not doing so many things that I want to do in life. Fear of taking chances, playing it safe, and not saying to hell with the consequences, let's make something great. We make excuses for fear, that of, if only I had this or that, or it's too late to do it now, I'll get it done tomorrow. We give in to fear. It dictates the direction of our decisions and ultimately the lack of happiness, especially in the work we produce. Doing photography for me was a way of escaping. It was a world where I could capture what I saw and how I felt in a way that I find hard to talk and to write about. A world that was carefree. I could lose myself in for hours. But just when things are starting to look up, something always comes along to knock your confidence again and bring you back down. The internal voices of self-doubt and fear of not wanting to put my work out there, the fear of not being good enough, and that I'll be found out to be a fraud, that I don't know what I'm doing. I end up talking myself out of things. I fear I cannot make it perfect and how I want it to look, so what is the point? And photography, as many things in life, is a perishable skill that if we don't keep up and practice, we will inevitably end up losing. Going to Iceland is something that I've wanted to do for years. If I had the courage, I think I would move there. But yet again, fear of the unknown, fear of not being able to do it, and the excuse of having no money stops me from even trying. Then there is the whole online world of social media. We are lost in the world of Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and other platform likes and loves. We get sucked into the gratification we get when somebody we have never met or doesn't really mean anything in our close circle loves or comments on our image. We cannot wait to get back from a shoot just so we can post to get that little fix. It's so easy to be seduced by the romantic notion that getting 20, 30, 50 likes on a picture somehow makes us a better photographer. Just recently I've been to 2 events, and fear is something that's stopped me from producing the work I want to produce and getting images that I would like to capture. I seem to have a fear of approaching people to ask to take their portraits. I seem to prefer sticking on a 70 to 200 and just snapping away from a distance. It seems less personal and I don't have to invade their public space. But this ultimately kills creativity because I'm not actually getting the results that I'm after. So these last few weeks, one was a Steampunk event which was held at a local place called the Papua Pumping Station, and then last weekend at Woodall Spa, which was a 1940s weekend. I actually tried to overcome my fears by approaching strangers and asking for their portraits. Surprisingly, most of the people were obliging, which was really good and helped me. But on both days it took me hours before I actually felt comfortable enough to be able to ask for the portraits and take the picture. So I had my first knockback this week. I took my Pentax 6.7 to the Steampunk event, and I was so excited to get back and develop the film, but I had a few issues. When I got back, I think the temperature was so hot and my hands got so sweaty in the bag that I just couldn't load the film onto the reel. I struggled for a good 20-30 minutes and still couldn't get the film onto the reel. In the end, I had to come inside and sit in front of a fan, and when I developed the film and started to scan them in, I'd scratched the film to high heavens, and this really disappointed me. So much so that I didn't want to take a film camera to the last event I went to, which was the Woodall Spa 1940s weekend. And that's ridiculous, but the anxiety of, I was so excited to get these portraits that I'd actually plucked up the courage to ask the portraits, that then to have it spoiled by me scratching the film really put me back. But to get back on the horse, so to speak, I decided to go out today and shoot some more film. I shot an expired film purely because if I mess it up, it doesn't really matter, it's expired and the images won't really matter. So just as a pure exercise to get out and shoot again and to develop again, to get my confidence levels back up, because the setback was a little depressing, and I don't want that to stop me from getting out there and shooting. So today, while I took out the Rolleiflex, I actually had time to sit and think and come up with a conclusion that I need to get back to why I started photography and why I actually started this YouTube channel. And that is for me to do my photography, to get back into that world of carefree and happiness and the joy of photography, and this YouTube channel again to just for me to look back and record my progress and my failures and my successes, and not to look at it as competing with other YouTube channels, or the other YouTube channels, their style is so much better and their polish and their cinematography. And because I get, you know, I'm guilty of it, I get seduced by looking at other people's work and seeing the videos of behind the scenes on a shoot and the cinematography and the drone footage, and it's magical, it's beautiful, but I don't know, it's something that I would like to try and something I would like to have a go with, but I don't know, at the moment this is just me. So yeah,